A huge setback for Mamata Banerjee after the Calcutta High Court ruled that her controversial Singur Act is unconstitutional. The act was meant to return land to farmers in Singur, land which had been acquired by the previous left government to enable the Tatas to construct their plant to produce nano cars. The Singur agitation, where Mamata fought for farmer rights, gave the Trinamool chief a great deal of political momentum ahead of the last assembly elections, where she convincingly defeated the left.
A huge blow for Mamata Banerjee in her war with the Tatas. The Calcutta High Court has ruled that the Singur Act, the first law enacted by the Trinamool after it came to power last year, is unconstitutional and void.
The Honourable Court was in one with our argument that this is not for any public purpose. Therefore, that philosophy of public purpose being not tenable, the enactment by the state is bad. Therefore, in all score, the government today has had hands-down defeat legally before the Honourable Court, and of course it will have political ramifications in every sphere.
The High Court has granted stay of the judgment for a period of 2 months. This is the position. State would prefer appeal before the Supreme Court. Now, single bench we own, division bench they own, 1:1. Let us see the final game.
The Singur farmers' agitation against the Tata Nano project became Mamata Banerjee's rallying point after her defeat at the hands of the Left Front in 2006, which is why, after a massive victory last year, the West Bengal Chief Minister's first move was to enact her key election promise, the Singur legislation. The law was specifically meant to take back the 997-acre plot from Tata Motors and redistribute about 400 acres to farmers who did not want to give up their land. Reacting to today's verdict, Mamata Banerjee said on Facebook, "Throughout my life, I have struggled for the cause of the farmers, working class, poor and underprivileged. Our commitment to be with them will remain." In the shadow of the remains of the Tata Motors factory, some 2,200 unwilling farmers who want their land back are restive.
কষ্টকর হবে খুবই কষ্টকর হবে, কিন্তু কি করব, কোনো উপায় নেই।
আমরা কোনো মতে হতাশ নই। আমরা সব পুরোপাড়া, শুধু কেন পুরোপাড়া, বাজিমেল, খাসেবিড়ি, জয়মোল্লা যাই বলুন, সমস্ত লোক সংঘবদ্ধ একইভাবে দিদির পাশে সবসময় আছি।
The state government will appeal the ruling in the Supreme Court, but today's verdict will certainly impact a much bigger issue. Should the government acquire land for private enterprise or not? In Kolkata, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
Well, Monideepa joins us now for the very latest on the story. Monideepa, the Singur Act was something that, the Singur agitation was something that Mamata Banerjee had based her entire election campaign on, and this was the Singur Act, as it were, was the first act that she passed upon coming to power. This must be a huge loss to the Trinamool Congress.
Well, certainly that's how one would look at it, really. Mamata Banerjee, even on the 20th of May, the day she completed 1 year in office as Chief Minister of West Bengal, she said that if there was anything that she was disappointed in with her performance as Chief Minister, it was the fact that she had not been able to return the land to the farmers of Singur as she had promised. But let me take you across to to the government leader, Mr. Ashok Banerjee, who has, some explanation for what happened today. The single bench first, gave a verdict in the favor of the government, and today the division bench says otherwise. Were you prepared for something like this?
Look, this is a process, whenever a law is framed by the government with a certain noble object, it is really for the people at large, and there is no bar to challenge this law, because as you know, in a democratic country, judiciary is one pillar, and everybody has the right to challenge it. So here law was challenged. Now the trial court in its wisdom thought it fit. Law cannot be declared as alter virus. Of course, reason is given in details, but certain modification was made regarding payment of compensations.
Right.
Now we are happy, naturally, for obvious reasons. But we can't say this is the final verdict, because this is the process. Again, I say, so other side, the respondent, Tata Motors and others, they thought that, well, they must take the matter to the larger bench, division bench. So naturally, it was also hard at length division bench. Ultimately, division bench in its wisdom thought it fit that should be declared as the ultra vires.
Are you going to Supreme Court?
Now, as I am told by the government that, well, yes, government will go to the Supreme Court. There's no doubt about it.
But there are many people who are saying that this law was enacted in haste. Would you agree with that?
I don't think so. Look, the problem is this: if the government that take action immediately or fast, they will say, "Oh, why are you so fast?" If it is delayed, it is a callous government. It's delayed every time delayed. So I'm not giving much importance to that. In a democratic country, always government and the government is ruled by a political party. Before elections, the political party they issue their manifesto, and there they must clearly state what they want to do if they are elected by the people at large. So in the manifesto, there is and that is an obligation on the part of the political party. Now once the Trinamool Congress came to the power, they thought that, well, they have got some accountability to the people, those who selected the Trinamool Congress to rule the government. So obvious reasons they did it. So there is no haste or anything.
Okay. So, Mr. Banerjee here saying that there was no haste in enacting the law, and tomorrow is another day and a bigger fight is something he's looking forward to in Supreme Court. Vishnu?
All right, Multiba, thanks very much for joining us.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.